经济全球化大潮
Economic
滚滚向
globalization
前，
is trending on,
但保护主义、单边
yet
主义
protectionism,
在世界经济增长
unilateralism
上
are also showing their
蒙上了阴
faces.
影。当今世界的变局百年未有，
Such a situation is unprecedented
变
in
革
the
会
past
催
one
生
century.
新的机遇，
Changes will trigger new
但
opportunities,
变
of
革过
course,
程中
but
往往充
during
满
the
着
changes,
风险。
there
挑战。
will be a lot of challenges
人类
and
又一
risks.
次站在十字路口
For
上，
another time, mankind is standing
合
at a
作
turning point.
还是对抗？
Shall we uphold cooperation
开放，
or
还是封闭？
confrontation? Openness or closed
互利共
doors?
赢
Win-win
还是零和博弈？
cooperation or zero?
And while we've been forging new trade deals, we've also stood up to countries that use unfair trade practices. Just look at the stand that President Trump has taken on our trading relationship with China. As the President said just a few hours ago in the Oval Office, we have great respect for President Xi and great respect for China. But, in the President's words, China's taken advantage of the United States for many, many years. And those days are over.
如果人为设置壁垒，
If we set up barriers,
切断各国经济上的密切联系，
cut the close connection
不仅
between
违背
different
经济规
nations,
律，
that is
和历史
contrary
潮
to the
流，
economic rules and historical
也不符
trend,
合各国
and
人
it
民
is inconsistent
普遍
with
愿望。
people's common aspiration.
既是短视的，
It is a
也是
short-sighted
不
choice,
会成功的。
and it's gonna lead nowhere.
We've taken decisive action to address our trade imbalance with China. We've put tariffs on $250 billion in Chinese goods, and we could more than double that number. But we hope for better. The United States, though, will not change course until China changes its ways.
人
So
类命运
doing,
共同体
China has
贡
contributed
献了智
its
慧
vision
和
and
力量。
input to building a community with a shared
5年
future
前
for mankind. 5 years
我提出
ago,
了共建“一
I
带一路”的
announced the
倡议，
Belt and Road Initiative,
目的就是促进
which aims to
各国各地
enhance
区互联互
connectivity
通，
among countries
形
and
成
regions,
联动
promote
发展格局，
interconnected
为世
development,
界经济
and create
拓展新
new
的
space
增长
for
空间。
global growth.
5年来，共
This
建“一带
initiative
一路”
has
倡
won
议广受
wide
欢迎。
international endorsement in the
中
past
国已
5
经
years.
同140
China
多个
has
国家和
signed
国际组
BRI
织
cooperation
签
documents
署共建“
with
一带
over
一路”合作协议，
140 countries and
一大
international
批重大合作
organizations,
项目
and a large
已
number
经
of
落地
cooperation
生根。
projects have been launched under this initiative.
我要强调的是，
Let me make this clear.
共建“一带
The
一路”
BRI
是开放
is
的
an open
合作平台，
platform for cooperation.
秉持的是共
It
商
is
共建
guided、
共
by the
享
principle
的
of consultation
基本原
and
则，
collaboration for shared benefits.
没有
It is
地缘政
not
治目的，
designed to serve any hidden
不针对谁，
geopolitical agenda.
也
It is
不
not targeted
排除谁，
against anyone, and it does
不
not
会关起门
exclude
来搞小
anyone.
圈子，
It is not an exclusive
不
club
是有人
that
说
is
的
closed to
这样那
non-members,
样的，
nor is
所
it
谓
a
陷阱，
trap, as some people has
而是
labeled
中国
it.
同世界
Rather, the
共享
BRI
机遇
is a major
共
and
谋发
transparent
展的
initiative
阳
with
光
which
大道。
China shares opportunities and pursues common development with the rest of.
With this renewed commitment to development financing, we're also making infrastructure in the Indo-Pacific a top priority, from roads to railways, ports to pipelines, airports to data lines. And the United States has a principled approach that stands in stark contrast to some other nations. As we speak, as we're all aware, some are offering infrastructure loans to governments across the Indo-Pacific and the wider world. Yet the terms of those loans are often opaque at best. Projects they support are often unsustainable and of poor quality. And too often they come with strings attached and lead to staggering debt. Not long after our War of Independence, my nation's first president, George Washington, warned of the dangers that could undermine all that we had achieved: debt and foreign interference. And so today, let me say with great respect to all the nations across this wider region and the world, Do not accept foreign debt that could compromise your sovereignty. Protect your interests, preserve your independence, and just like America, always put your country first. The United States of America will continue to uphold the freedom of the seas and the skies, which are so essential to our prosperity. We will continue to fly and sail wherever international law allows and our national interests demand. Harassment will only strengthen our resolve. We will not change course. And we will continue to support efforts within ASEAN to adopt a meaningful and binding code of conduct that respects the rights of all nations, including the freedom of navigation in the South China Sea.
历史告诉我们，
History has shown
如果走
that
上对抗的道
confrontation,
路，无论是
whether
冷战、
in the form of
热
a
战
Cold War,
还是
a
贸易
hot
战，
war, or a trade war,
都不会有
will
真正的
produce
赢
no
家。
winners.
国与国
We
只
believe
能平等
that
相待
there， exist no issues that countries cannot resolve through consultation, as long as they handle
如果
these
这样，就没有
issues
通过协商
in
解
a
决不了
spirit
的问题。
of equality, mutual understanding, and accommodation.
We're aware of the concern that the U.S.-China competition is felt among many of you. There's a concern that the competition will hurt the region economically or that South China Sea developments will increase military tension. So let me be clear. The United States of America seeks a better relationship with China based on fairness, reciprocity, and respect for sovereignty. The difficulties that the United States and other nations face with Beijing have been well documented by our administration. China knows where we stand. But as President Trump has said, in his words, we want to strengthen the relationship between our two countries and improve the lives of our citizens. And as the President prepares to meet with President Xi at the G20 summit in Argentina, we believe that progress could be made. Progress could be made between our two nations, even as the United States remains in a strong position.